wanted to talk about Bitcoin versus just on a technological standpoint, Bitcoin versus everything else that's going on in the market these days. What do you think?
Make sure you stay through the very end of this video where Dean and I discuss our top picks in the crypto market.
It's a great question and something that's been on my mind lately with everything that's going on. Since I come from the technology market, I look at things, and the one thing that concerns me about Bitcoin is kind of how old and antiquated the technology platform is actually becoming. It's 10-year-old technology. In our world, everything gets upgraded every 1 to 3 years. And I see a lot of upgrades to the Bitcoin platform happening, but it's not under Bitcoin. It's under alternative coins like Ethereum and Cardano and Polkadot, where they're doing a lot of things like off-chain processing and things that are very valuable, like smart contracts. Bitcoin can't do any of those things. I think the problem we're going to have with Bitcoin in the long term, forget about the fact that Elon Musk is saying it's not efficient and it takes up energy. The technology itself hasn't gone anywhere, and I think the community and the development team is almost hobbled. They're not able to do anything with that technology. That's my thoughts on it, at least.
Yeah, well, the environmental issue comes in through the mining, which is obviously a big component of Bitcoin. But just as far as holding it, spending it, moving it around, the environmental issue isn't really a part of that. Although I so suppose it's intertwined, so it's hard to get away from it. But all I can say is, uh, try moving $1 billion worth of gold versus $1 billion of Bitcoin, and maybe that's why it's going to be around still for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. But then what I think of is as people start to wake up and understand the utility of like the Ethereum blockchain, as well as Cardano and some of the alternatives that are out there, there's real value and real use cases that those blockchains offer. It's not just the coin we're talking about, it's the underlying technology. And that underlying technology, Ethereum was the first, in my opinion, to open that up. And now you're starting to see all those other ones that are starting to compete for that. And I think long term, that's where the value is going to be, and Bitcoin's going to fall behind. So yeah, I could see it as a storage of value, and yeah, people will keep money over there. But as far as transacting business and doing real-time transactions, Bitcoin's technology and its massive layer of, well, we just talked about the mining and what the transaction processing takes, the proof of work, to make it all work is heavily burdened on their network, and
Well,
it's a very intensive process.
we talked in our last video about a little bit about Mark Cuban and how he really is taking the time to learn about the technology, and he's really making a lot of moves in the industry. And like you said, a lot of these new coins, it's really the it it's worth something. The coin is worth something, but it also does something. It's a utility. It can perform a function.
Yeah.
And that's what's amazing. Bitcoin doesn't do anything. It's just how much it's worth. But Mark Cuban said that during the last cycle, that's why he was down on Bitcoin. He didn't think it could do anything. He didn't think it was worth anything, and he didn't invest anything. And he said when his mind made the switch to seeing Bitcoin as a store of value, okay, that's what Bitcoin is good at. That's when he jumped in. It took that mental switch for him to see it in a different light.
Yeah.
Two different things, and I think that's fine. Okay, this is what Bitcoin is as a store of value, mainly probably because it's the first one, so that's why it'll always just be that thing. You know what I mean? The thing where people store a lot of value, even though other coins could perform that
Right.
function.
Right.
Maybe Bitcoin will be the one, right? And then you look to these other coins to do things, and because that's so exciting and so interesting, yeah, Ethereum it's come a long way, and at some point, the total market cap of Ethereum could be worth more than Bitcoin. That's called the flippening, when when an altcoin takes over being bigger than Bitcoin. And a lot of people have been talking about the flippening lately. So that'll be something really interesting to keep our eyes on in the future.
Absolutely. Being a tech person and spending my life in technology, I get excited about the extensibility of smart contracts on the Ethereum platform. I see the same in Cardano, Polkadot, so on and so forth. These platforms are ripe for opportunity for the whole financial industry. And I think that's what the financial industry is going to be looking at long term, is how can I get utility out of these things? And that's where big money is going to start to flow as they see that they can do those things. And some of it's going to be to their benefit, and some of it actually may not be to their benefit, because they might even get processes that go around them, right? And I think that's what they're scared of. But they're going to probably latch on to something other than Bitcoin. My guess is that they already have. They've looked at these projects and they say, how can we use this to our benefit? So long term, I think it'll be interesting to see if Bitcoin holds as the lead dog in the race. But I do think that there might be a flippening, as you just alluded to. Anyhow, I think if you like what we're talking about, always go ahead and hit the like button below. And if you're getting value out of these videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because we make these videos on a regular basis to keep you informed and updated on what's going on in the exciting world of crypto.
Okay, so when you talk about Bitcoin versus the altcoins, it's like one coin versus every other coin. And just as far as me personally, I like to obviously hold positions in a bunch of different coins, because you never know which one is going to move better than the other one. So as far as Bitcoin, see it as a store of value, own some of it. It's good, solid coin to own. And then as far as the other coins, I try to find the most promising technology, put some money there. So that's how I recommend splitting up the portfolio. How about you?
Well, I would just like to look at it this way. If I had a $10,000 to spend today, how much of that would I put in Bitcoin and how much would I put in altcoins? Let's just say Cardano and Ethereum. Let's use those as two examples, since we've talked about them a lot today. So how much of your portfolio, hypothetically, how much would you spread across it?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about those three, they're three outstanding coins to own. I'd probably put a third in each one.
Okay, so I give that a thumbs up. That's exactly what I would do. I put a third, a third, and a third in each one of those, and you're not going to, well, I shouldn't say you're not going to lose, but you're never going to kick yourself for going with the leaders in the industry.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, thanks, Dean.
Okay,
Great talking
thanks.
to you.
Yeah, you too, Gary.